Please don't get up. It's Mr. and Mrs.
Chance.
Mr. and Mrs. Chance, that's right. You're not actually related to Mrs. Hunter, are you?
No, she doesn't actually have any close relatives in this country.
But there is a child, isn't there?
Yes, her son in California. He's 15.
We tried to contact him, or rather his father and stepmother, but I think they're on holiday.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do for Diane? I mean, it's awful to see her just lying there.
Yeah, how is she?
She's very ill.
But she's going to get better.
Let the doctor tell us.
You know, she had another brain hemorrhage on Monday afternoon.
Yes.
Well, this time the hemorrhage was at the base of the brain, and it was a much larger one than the one she had last week.
And it's caused more damage?
Yes, it has. Seems to have damaged the brain stem. She doesn't respond to any of the tests which would show us if there's still some function in that part of the brain. And you've seen she's on a ventilator.
Yes, but sometimes people can breathe when the machine is stopped.
Yes, they can. We've already taken Mrs. Hunter off the machine once to see if she can breathe by herself.
And she can't?
No.
Poor Di.
What are the other tests?
Well, they're very basic, really. We test her eyes, we shine a light in them to see if the pupils get smaller, for instance.
And they didn't?
No. No, she didn't have any of the basic reflexes.
But, I mean, people can get better after they've been in a coma, can't they?
Yes, they can sometimes. What we hope to do with Mrs. Hunter is to give her some more tests and see if we can take her off the ventilator.
When?
Tomorrow morning. It'll be a doctor from the university hospital.
But what if she isn't any better? I mean, what happens then?
Let's wait and see what happens tomorrow, shall we?
Well, I'm not Benny's keeper. I've got my own work to worry about.
He keeps wandering around the place. He keeps staring at the door. I'm sure he expects Diane to come trotting in with her suitcase.
Well, I can't help about that. I tell you what, tomorrow I'll show you the postcard I got from Mrs. Freeman. You'll be very interested in that. Good night.
Can't wait.
Thank you very much.
Mr. and Mrs. Chance, hello. Please sit down.
Thank you.
You've seen Mrs. Hunter?
Yes, doctor. Is she any better?
No, I'm afraid she's not.
No, I don't think she would be.
We did all the tests again this morning, and I'm afraid there's still no response from her brain.
So the brain is definitely not functioning?
No, it's not. And there's no chance of it functioning. Too many brain cells have been destroyed. In very simple terms, her brain is dead.
So what will you do?
Well, what we normally do is stop maintaining the patient's breathing artificially.
Well, turn the ventilator off.
Yeah.
I mean, is it long enough? If we left it longer, perhaps something would happen.
All the tests are completely negative, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but she's alive now.
Yes, she is alive, but only in the sense that we're keeping her alive on the ventilator. Keeps her heart and circulation going, but it won't bring Mrs. Hunter back.
So you're going to turn the machine off?
I'm afraid there's nothing else we can do. I'm sorry to have to ask you this at such a painful time, but do you think Mrs. Hunter was the kind of person who would have wanted to help somebody after her death? To donate her organs for transplants?
Yes, I know she would. Actually, I found this card in her bag. And actually, we had discussed it. There was a television program about it.
What is the procedure?
Oh, Adam, can we leave that to the hospital?
No, I want to know.
Mrs. Hunter will have an operation to remove the parts that can be of use to other people. Either to save a life or to help somebody lead a more normal one. Somebody who has to have kidney dialysis, for instance.
How long will it take?
We'll operate as soon as possible today. And it should all be over by later on this afternoon.
Can we stay here?
What for?
I wish she was a good friend to me. I don't want to leave her now.
Tomorrow you caught up or something?
All right. Look, where are my flowers? Well, I'll put them in the bag. Oh, thanks.
Hang on for me now. Wait for me, Benny.
Diane. We'll miss her. Crossroads won't be the same without her. It's tragic to lose somebody like that. She was so full of life, and at her age...
She was in her 40s, wasn't she? She was 18 months younger than me.
What about her husband? Didn't she have one somewhere?
Husbands. All over the place. They're all just too busy to come to the funeral.
She was divorced.
I'm sorry we're late.
Hello. Where are all the flowers?
Oh, they're outside, Betty. Hello, Sid.
Oh, no, sorry. We're a bit late. We couldn't get the car started. There's a lot of people, aren't there?
They're not all for Diane.
Somebody else died, too.
Those of us who were privileged to know her will find her loss very hard to bear. She was a kind, generous, and loving woman who always had time for other people and their problems, no matter how busy she was. She was a good and loyal friend to her workmates. And above all, she was a wonderful wife to Christopher and a caring and devoted mother to Nicholas.